Absolutely. I have no problems talking about that now. I did a BBC interview yesterday, and
it was like an hour before we were going on.
an hour, and I didn't want to do any interviews yesterday.
And yeah, hearing stuff like that, it's like, she was bringing
it up,
and it's like, don't talk about that an hour before we go on. We don't want to think about that.
I was so mean.
Yeah, now we'll talk.
It was just like,
now we'll talk about it all.
And then after the show, I was like, I would love to talk to this interviewer again now.
Yeah.
Well, to take it back, I mean, it takes a while to explain because it's actually one of these things that's actually more complicated than a tabloid headline. It's not simply they got bottled because everybody in the fucking world hates them. It was, we had to play after goddamn Slayer, and we didn't even want to do that. And we're Slayer fans, and we didn't understand why we're playing after Slayer. And then you could literally hear even before we're going on, they were chanting Slayer. But we get out, we said, fuck it, we gotta do this anyway. And I like to point this out, it's before Black Parade came out. So you see a bunch of guys, and I look like a super creep. I have this white hair. I mean, everything about me says probably throw piss at me. Black Parade had not come out, people had not heard it, and it hadn't done its thing yet. So we come out, and it's really about like 15 to 20 kids of just diehard metalheads start throwing some stuff. And I'm in an extra combative mood, and I say, all right, Redding, fuck it. Give me everything you got. And they did. So I started seeing my chem fans throwing stuff, and then it became a thing. But traditionally, when you watch that whole performance, by the end, even Zane Lowe, he does the commentary over it. By the time we've hit Elena, we've won that whole crowd. Either that or the metalheads want to take a piss. So, but everything that's told in a story or a tabloidish way, it gains a legend. And so over the years, we had to constantly answer questions about it. But at the time too, you had tabloids calling us a death cult or a threat to the children. And we were diametrically opposed to fucking nu metal, which was still huge at the time. So you have a band that is challenging something else, and they're the only of its kind, going against machoism, going against objectifying women. You've got that, and they're threatening your children. Fuck these guys. And then Parade comes out, and we spent the next 2.5 years of our lives going to war with the world to prove that that record was important, and we did it, and that's why we were there last night. Put it in perspective, when we're touring on Parade, the band was very unhealthy, like socially, emotionally, and physically. That nobody wrote. We didn't see each other for a while. We didn't, when we did MSG, I was just talking to our lighting guy last night. He goes, I thought that was the greatest show of your life, MSG. And I said, no, I didn't know if I was going to be in the band anymore after that. I didn't know if the band was going to continue. So to me, MSG, that's why I said that night, totally. I think on stage, I said, if we never get to do this again, thank you, you've been amazing. Because in my head, I wasn't
so
sure.
Uncertain after that. We'd fought to get to that point. It was a boyhood dream kind of thing. We want to play Madison Square Garden. We sold it out. It was awesome. And in my head, I was like, this might be the end, And it could have been.
Yeah, for something, and that was very indicative of Parade, for something that was your boyhood dream to happen, and you feel kind of bittersweet about it. That's an indicator that something's wrong. So, what I said on stage was, this will probably be the last time we see you guys, because, it's the last big run through the U.S., and we'll probably go in the studio and make a record. So that's really what it was. And of course, now everybody's asking about the new record, which is fine, but we write every day. We demo all the time, and there's songs we already can't wait to record, so.